They're trying to, all music like claim it, man. And they don't even have that much music.
It's moving from carbon-based life to silicon-based life to a digital scene of the world that they can control, that is disconnected from spirit and...
I'm envisioning a world full of love and peace. Thus my decision is to war with this beast. Through tones, melodies, poems, and beats. But when the time comes,
you outside with a cup
in the middle of the streets. In the bright glow of the dawn, I see myself clearly, bringing in a new day. The old way of doing things is done. I don't care what you say. Monsters don't sleep under your bed.
That's a badass jam, bro. I'm going to text you and be like, yo, put this on the radio, son.
You're left behind, swear you.
Straight out of Chicago, son.
I'm envisioning
Hot town fun.
Love and peace. Thus my decision is to walk with this beast. Through tones, melodies, poems, and beats.
You know what? I'm gonna keep this in the fridge too, cuz you know what? This been
shoot it out in the middle of the street. We gotta protect plus homeschool. Our babies is a must. They not just no moms, but also no posse. Spola, worshiping pedophiles, wanna feed out children's spirits to robots. Turn all of us from carbon-based to silicone-based. Should be where the shit show stops. Get back to doing for ourselves. Water system irrigation and grow crops. I'm envisioning a world full of love and peace. Thus my decision is to walk with this beast. Through tones, melodies, poems, and beats.
Frequencies.
But when the time comes,
let me tell y'all about ToLU'S. He is like, let me tell you, there's people who are right on it, man. Like, bro, I don't want to pay no attention, right? They was going crazy, man.
25 years in the beast cuffs. Realize they tried to teach us spiritual, mental, physical diet. They tried to feed us the fire of our ancestors resides in each of us. With that, I'm inspired to turn this heat up.
Yes,
I'm envisioning a world full of love and
peace. So they all can be destroyed.
Thus my decision is to grow with this beast. Through tones, melodies.
They still don't believe that moth was dead, okay? So let it rest. It was dead. I'm not here to make nobody a believer in anything. You stay right where you at.
We're really
stipulation of life
almost
is what you put on
like
yourself.
It's a Frankenstein moment.
Stay right where you at.
They're framing it to us as innovation, right? Where we should all be so excited
like
that this is happening. And I equate it to like the golem bringing in like these robots. They would like to feed our life force to learn us in every tiny detail, not to empower us, to actually transform us into a robotic simulation.
Dirty hands, walk
that is
away, and
under
everybody
full
start pointing at everybody else. But they're serious, man. Y'all amazing, man. Yo, was that motherfucker dead? Didn't you say the abdomen was moving? The abdomen wasn't moving. It was dead. I breathed on it a couple times, and it moved. But it moved because I was moving. They don't get it.
You would die for Chi-Town. Who am I but Chi-Town? You young fool, I'm too fly to just slide down. Blue sky.
It's no line. Don't believe it. There you go. That's what I told you. Okay, it was fake.
I look down, I see green like a Celtic. My heat pulverizes, the cheese is melted. The remnants of cash money, I dispelled it. You did the fusions in my eyes, I beheld it. The finger fucked it, caused my hand, I dealt it. Felt the vibrate from the gut of my pelvic. You bust off on some ices and veil shit. So radiant, I keep a dark room well lit. Cause you little goofies are well quick. Body for real monkey velvet. Body you not for Mars, a female's clip. As a kid, all I did was fight. I did the bit with a knife.
Yo, top it off, man.
My flows to shit to a fly though. Haters wanna crucify a real man. I still stand with the silver head. But we're hill man.
Y'all put as much as good in there.
Turtle sheet. I'm one tough cookie. I don't follow. I set standards. Catch me, you gon' have to do more to scamper. Need more to scanners. I'm off the radar. I am as you goofies play God. Some worship the Christ, others pray to Allah. Chase a high, drink paper or bruh. You stagnated, well I straight evolve. At a rate, I'm data space AC, y'all. Buster stuck in the cage, face off. Actor shape the state, he's a fake, a fraud. Battlestar intergalactic, my mindset. Perfect comes from practice, so I rhyme best. I excel like I'm climbing the step. You got a lot to learn. I am adept, you of no concern. I am a threat. My measurement, width, lift, height, and depth. I'm just piloting up. Flying a jet, straight to adversary. Martial Chronicles like Ray Bradbury. I'm a thorough guy, goddammit. Symmetric apparel of a fly bandit. Mohawk, aviators, aerodynamics. And it's like I'm an arrow in precise transit. A Christmas Carol lives what your fans get. The world's in perils what I transmit as a transcript. Or I just spit it off the top. It's either shit or get off the plot. This shit's hot.
Wants to get his own crew. Everybody wants to get his own crew rich. And then they want the other little people never get a piece of the pie. I don't want to go for the president. That go for you niggas that think that y'all big too. I understand this. That's why you niggas and crackers can't stand me. You niggas that know that I know you can't do nothing if you're broke. Listen to me, young people, old people, mostly black people. I'm talking to you.
All right, beloved. You know what I'm saying? That's all that matters, bro. That's all that matters.
Sure. Y'all really thought that I was done with y'all. Nah. I'm really down on y'all.
In the return, what's going on? Oh, man. Yeah.
We're not going back and forth about this or that, whether your word is bond or whack. Here's a big fact, yellow, white, red, brown, black. Mau, Big Mac, whether earth is brown or flat. We want our shit back. Enough with the chit chat. I see through the side ops. Looking past the shy spot. Third eye gang cyclops. I don't eat pork, but I will fry cops. For foes, my heart's cold as an icebox. I'm saying die ops. From the skybox, I got scope on you pilgrims. The scope with some real ones. Some of our folks are still dumb. Yeah, and blind to the fact that blood, we gon' have this real some. Warrior spirits inside me. That's where it's real from. The world's a stage, page after page, script is played out. They keep us engaged, placate or rage. This is played out. Rules of a dying society should have been disobeyed out. Forehead and knees off the floor should have been prayed out. The draft is on, COVID's no issue. Could've bloated in tissue. Now it's control who blows the whistle to who holds the pistols. The debacle's about who owes who the fiscal. Disregarding the aboriginal issue. We're not going back and forth about this or that. Whether your word is bond or wet. Here's a big fact. Yellow, white, red, brown, black. Mau, Big Mac. Whether earth is brown or flat. We want our shit back. A fool is known by his speech. Yet if I don't speak, I suffer defeat. I'm other than we, a sucker or me. Stand on 2 feet, one turn the other cheek. The wise man known by his silence. Mostly disguised compliance. Silence by guidance from conspiring to
that tape, but they over there. Worry about you. They away from me, bro. Yeah, keep lighting them up, cuz. We got some in the inside in the forehead. Oh, yeah. Bust them up, cuz. Bust them up.
Ring in my ear, they've got indictments. These
I almost pulled the rifle out on it.
Alignments, assignment, let the wisest are non-client. Our refinement and confinement and requirements for this climate. Y'all push all the paperwork, or y'all can protest, but they can't escape this work.
I might have put on some shades or something. He about to light us up with salt, y'all. We about to be over here like this.
My story don't possess. We're foolish with no deal. Ain't playing with none of them. It's personal, know what the business is. Big Mom says come full circle, so vacate the premises. We're not going back and forth about this or that. Whether your word is bond or
about like 4 ounces of water, right?
Yellow, white, red, brown, black. Mau, or Big Mac. Whether earth is round or flat.
Get some of this B12.
We're not going back and forth about this or that. Whether your word is bond or wet.
Oh, Barney Rubble's feet having
yellow, white, red, brown, black. Mau, Big Mac. Whether earth is round or flat. We want our shit back.
Zombie like.
Akichiwa. I am exuberantly alive. Feel my pulse, y'all. prisons or households, motherfuckers up. Discussing how they love them, issue a rebuttal. The reasons vary, I know of for sure. Either I done took from the rich, what I gave to the poor. Girls gossip in workplaces and beauty parlors, every other word is up. I'm so prosperous, feel the potions in my blood to be live.
And that radiation oxidation.
I exemplify, stand on my square like shit. I'm the coldest, shit on man of leisure, catch some bottles ferocious. See the parallel, each moment brings change. The essence of strategy in all the games. I grew up amongst gangs. Follow chain of command, move opposition, blood fuse for land, so when you're secretly in places, let it be told that in this new age tunnel, she controls the whole globe. Like frankly, fuck y'all and fuck y'all's opinion. The serpent in this bitch, monstrous intentions, mismanages of the game, you lames. Simping filling God King's increment of dominion. Politics or prostitutes quest for capital, simple with the wisdom of caution. It's natural that I step back a few things for a while. Effectively pull strings through shadows of eggshell. You dig, can rock any cipher, move any cloud with this big pistol popping, remove any smile. Turn your sunny day to a dark and gloomy cloud. You chasing the indomitable powers of persuasion, so hated bitch make a man who excels as grand champion, celestial guardian, general of the army. When it's time for war, feel the pulse, hear the laughter in regards to your chit chat. Don't shit matter. All men of vision, I misunderstood, predestined for victory, and yes, I could take you beyond good and evil.
Hey, Muhammad, Taekwondo, what's up, Fat Ankle, Christopher, what's going on, beloved? Good to have y'all in here.
You want the bond to hold bite on it, free and bold businessman, cold-blooded in my hand is the globe, suspended, complete control of the earth's curse, the restoration of international commerce. I have craftsmanship and subtlety for war, ability to transmute energy to much more than D&D. What I bleed is nuclear translation. After white heat purifies the hater, the creator of distant predicaments. Feel the pulse where I'm from, the cauldron of experience. Oh, yo, to my knees, J Bravo, Bravo. Plenty much gratitude for this collabo. Yeah, it's been a long time since Greensville, bro, star. Yeah, we here now. And the ancestors said to fuck some shit up. So here we are. Check it out. Is it the Great Reset or the Great Awakening? Great America or make America great again? Zombie apocalypse or a space invasion from an alien? Or is it enemy or a fake friend? Artificial intelligence and clones are scriptural. Is it miracle or a spell cast magic ritual? Is it religion or is the path spiritual? Is the class pan-African but status aboriginal? I'm not here to debate or be argumentative. Little bit of common sense to dictate we are innocent. Their intent is to slip. The start of is if they swift with our children who's being robbed of their fifth. Human trafficking, child sacrifice, adrenochrome, corrupt government in position to defend its own. You part of the resistance for sure. They gon' send a drone for a live fact checking, but I been in a zone since I been home. Been on some less chant down Babylon, Jericho, whatever name you give it, but let's rally on. With or without you, I'm still gonna tally on they say this is the end time, so I'ma end the finale strong. Social media got you foolish, been a metaverse. Before the earth fully heals, it's gonna get hella worse. Got to be the living word, cut out that dead letter cursor. When you spit it to existence, manifest a better verse. In the light of the full moon, you'll soon see turtle shit full bloom. A black sun pour doom down on these Moloch worshippers, burglars of the eternal furniture of the temple of the grand furbisher. Elijah was the precursor. Y'all didn't hear him though. Instead, y'all condemned him as if he were a criminal. Whether mothership or mother went, we back with the vengeance. Return of the ancient ones, American engines. Operation Mockingbird, the same thing as Hunger Games and shortage of food. Truly the cause of the hunger pains is who? Honestly, a doctor. Are they phantoms of the opera proctors of Silicon Valley? And Big Pharma is Operation Naomi, America's top thing that poses for the MK Ultra program. And these doses of nanotech, these tests of swabs up their noses from youngest to oldest to inoculate this COVID. Are they the deep state or are we in a deep state? We say we got eye open. It's more like we sleep wake. Is it about enlightening or do you expose shit for clout and likes, which opposes a true socialist with this double-edged sword? I'm a true vocalist. I'm supposed to spit war upon you globalists and your 21 and 2030 agendas as the women weep for me. I'm a worthy avenger. In the light of the full moon, you'll soon see turtle shit in full bloom. A black sun pour doom down on these Moloch worshippers, burglars of the internal furniture of the temple of the grand furbisher. Elijah was the precursor. Y'all didn't hear him though. Instead, y'all condemned him as if he were a criminal. Whether mothership or mother whip, we back with a vengeance. Return of the ancient ones, American engines.
You got the rabbit on the gun.
Respect to all the real Aboriginal Neesies out there. Keep on fighting, y'all. Feathers up.
Let me see something here. You're gonna like this. Let's pull up our brother Bonacci.
Rome is in the middle of the Americas. It's all a Roman corporation. Every time I see the Mexican flag, I see the Italian flag because it's exactly the same, minus the Roman eagle. The Rome, which runs Mexico, in fact, Mesoamerica is the center of the Americas. This is where the Jesuits came, installed their Inquisition. They're telling you in your face, if you know what you're looking for, the Roman eagle right in the middle of the green, red and white, exactly the same as the Italian flag, which comes from the Persian flag, which is horizontally green, white and red, because the Roman elite families, the Farneses in particular, the Orsinis, the Pallavicinis, Aldobrandinis, they're all from Persia. They're all Iranians. From Persia to Italy to the Americas, Iran is still behind the Vatican. Iran is the source of this Babylonian system.
And y'all think Israel, fake ass Israel, shooting missiles into Iran is meaningful? No. They're working together to drag you dummies into World War III. Now I'm going to take my time with this real slow. We're going to read. But I just want to let y'all hear a few things. Because, you know, we have a lot of people who are still holding on onto their little fake existence. And you got to be able to reach out and touch them without being so irresponsibly disrespectful. Now, when I created this channel, I would trample on anybody because I knew certain people would be like, I'm not going to listen no more when you hit them with certain facts. I'm not going to cool with it no more. We don't want you here. Until you rectify yourself and have clarity upon yourself, then you have this realization, you know. And then you can change the narrative. But let's go ahead and pull this up. This is a German.
They don't think that any population in any country in the world can be trusted to elect leaders who will safeguard the interests of the American elite. So what makes you think that they're going to trust you with that power? They rig elections and install whoever they want in country after country, but somehow you think that they're not going to do that in your country. Well, how naive can you be? Listen, the election in America is nothing but a mechanism for what you can call the campaign industrial complex, whereby billions upon billions of dollars of contributions, your money, are funneled into the private sector. I mean, when you donate to a party, you donate to a candidate, where do you think that money goes? It goes directly to business. You're not doing anything but increase the revenue streams of consultancies, ad agencies, analytics firms, PR firms, media companies, social media companies, digital marketing agencies, events coordinators, on and on. This is nothing but the public providing basically an economic stimulus package to unproductive industries. It's a wealth transfer that you yourselves are participating in.
And you would think that y'all would actually listen to some of us, bring your coin together, and move together. Now, he's a German-Irish Muslim, okay? He has a TikTok channel. He may have a YouTube channel. I'm not sure. Just wanted to give a little snaps of it. What's his name? Look him up, okay? Go to Google, put in Irish, German, Muslim who speaks out loudly and proudly against the establishment, okay?
Any soul coming in since 1985, really I would say 1980, is an old soul. They are here to fight, but in a way that you don't even understand. They are here to reawaken you, to help get guidance, and they all must be centered. You cannot leave those souls alone. They did not come here to be left alone. If you leave them alone, they will come into the material of the animal body and they will fight and kill. They have done it before, they will do it again. If you guide them, they will not be abused by computers, they master computers. In fact, it kicks in their neuron centers faster. The sounds that you hear on the air in rap, the rap is only the soul that is very angry, and it needs to be angry because it needs that strength of, again, the, the gland of fight and flight. Can't think of the gland right now I'm talking about. It needs that kind of a quickening and awakening. But it also needs a time for peace and quiet. And you will find once they go through that, they suddenly fall asleep, and they sleep very deeply.
Y'all know that voice, right? Y'all know that very voice very well. I know some of you are saying, what is Red doing? I'm letting you hear other voices. Because I can sit here and I can rabble all day long, right? I can rabble all day long. But now let's go on the bread sweat.
Science died. It died in the 1980s, and that free and open discourse and debate was killed in academic and in the professional scientific world. And now we have dogma, and that's where the authorities or the people high up decide what is true, what cannot be debated, discussed, argued against. If you bring up arguments that go against that dogma,
without that background music playing, because they do that intentionally because they hope they can drown out what's being said, and I didn't play it long enough for it to be a copyright. But this gentleman, all right, Bashwin, he's pointing out the fact that science died in the 80s, and it did. If you would go back and look at what started to happen with the food, the corporations, how things dynamically started to change, the war that would come, and the war that was just, recently in 75 done, while there are other wars still going on for those who like to push war and the phenomenon of that, right? And then the one that would be right around the block by about 11 years. Science was dead. Everything was now testing. It's always been testing. Testing the science. That they felt that they had accrued enough of our stuff, enough of the bodies, the DNA, the this, that, and the other. You know what I mean? To currently do what you see going on. Now, you can go and look him up, okay? So I don't have to sit there and let you hear the whole shebang with that little background music that, you know, on Flicky Flocky they were initially putting on there on purpose, and most people didn't know that they could remove. So you can go and look him up and see it for yourself, okay? Now all this, if they want to act retarded, doesn't matter to me. I can remove it all, but I want to have you to, you know, have you have the first chance to hear a few things that may be beneficial, okay? Now I have a ton here, and I didn't move them over to change it. I want you to be able to hear what I pull up, okay? There's two more. Joe Rogan.
What do you think Wi-Fi is doing to us, since it's everywhere and since everyone's experiencing, including you?
But cancer's not the worst thing. Wi-Fi radiation opens up your blood-brain barrier.
I remember it. This is JFK Jr.
It degrades your mitochondria. So all these toxins that are in your body can now go into your brain.
How does Wi-Fi radiation open up your blood-brain barrier?
There are tens of thousands of studies that show the horrendous danger of Wi-Fi radiation.
Radio frequency radiation exposure has been shown to affect the permeability of the blood-brain barrier, as well as altering the expression of microRNA within the brain, which researchers state could lead to adverse effects such as neurodegenerative disease. Whoa, how come we don't know that? Findings were followed by suppression, misinformation, and a shutdown of government-funded research in the United States.
They call it leaky brain.
Oh, we gotta get rid of Wi-Fi.
Right? And I know it seems impossible, right? Why would I get rid of Wi-Fi? Ain't that the way we communicate? I keep telling you, Wi-Fi allows a certain signal to come through so you can use your apparatuses when they all still work on UHF. You don't have to believe me. I don't want you to believe anything I say. I want you to look into it because you might find more than what I'm saying. Okay? No, I don't want to be dismissive and go into who created what and all that. We don't need to do that anymore, I don't think. All right? I have so many here, I could just let them all play and just do like a dang 10-hour on all these things, and you hear all these, because mostly all the videos I have, it's about some form of information, whether correct or incorrect, but for you to research. See, that's the magnificent thing about us. It's not about us being all correct and right all the time, but the establishment, because they want to control the narrative, will paint an ugly picture, and you'll sit there and you'll run around, you'll bask in this and that, and then you'll forget the whole precedence of your existence and what's really happening, what you really should be looking at, and what you should be paying attention to, and so forth, and so on, and so on, and so forth. So let me dig this one up. So, whenever we're meditating, right? I've always worked with most of the people that would meditate with me. I told you I would utilize only 4 of the 7 chakra mantra chanting and meditation. I would use Ram, and there's more. You can have Om, Yam, Ram, Lam, Lam, Cham, Kram. There's a plethora of them. Okay, and I've already asked everybody to study these things and utilize them, even if it's in private, personal. Okay, so yeah, Yam, Ram, Lam. Now the one that I which is Lam, I usually add one in there that's not written, and it's Cham. And Kram, Cham. And the Hindus know nothing about that. None of them do. How do I know? I just know some things. But, like an Amen. Which is you and the earth. When you're looking at the brain, you're looking at your throat, and you go into the heart, and you get down to the lower, you know, with the thought and all that, and you go even Ram and Vam, and then you get down to the sin area, which is Lam. I always go with Cham and Kram just to bind it in a little tighter. Just like when I'm doing heart exercises, the 9, the cupping, right? I told people who got the ooh-ah, ooh-ah, to do this to bring clarity. It's also not just physical. This is a frequency. All right? 9 times 9. It's like pressure, like acupressure. Okay? The cupping. Y'all know about cupping now, right? Y'all know about that, right? You see the benefit of that? And then having the chance. Does it mean longevity and a long life? You know what? If that's your process, if that's where you're stuck, and if that's only what you seek, then you're already dead. So you think about a crown, Sahasrara in the third eye, Ajna in the throat, Visada in the heart, Anchara in the solar plexus, and the sacral and the root. All these things are very important, okay? And it's important to study these things. But remember, Kram and Cham. I'm not going to repeat this over and over again, okay? So, how many of you are aware of this? The HEC-293 cells. Well, anyway, HEC-293 or human embryonic kidney 293 is a cell line that is commonly used in research and therapeutic solutions. The cells are derived from human embryonic kidney cells and are known for their reliable growth and ability to be transfected. Here are some of the things to know about the HEC-293 cell. Origin. Dutch biologist Alex van der Ebb isolated the cells in the 1970s from a healthy female fetus. I wonder which one, fetus. The 293 in the name refers to the fact that it was the 293rd experiment of a postdoc, Frank Graham, who transformed the cells with adenovirus 5 DNA. Uses. HEC-293 cells are used to produce therapeutic proteins and viruses for gene therapy. They are also used in industrial biotechnology and toxicology research, including efficacy in viricide testing. Advantages. The HEC-293 cells are known for their reliable growth and ability to produce high levels of recombinant proteins. They also have high reproducibility of results. And disadvantages, though, and the HEC-293 cells can become less reliable over time as their health degrades. They're also at risk of contamination with human-specific viruses. Variants. Some variants of HEC-293 cells include HEC-293F and HEC-293T. I would advise y'all to look into this. As far as the cells, the HEC-293 cells are immortalized human embryonic kidney cells that are widely used in research. And what babies do you think they might have been taken from? Okay, let me pull this up.
All right, LA.
Get out of here. Yeah, da 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 da.
Indigenous people and the original black people. All of these bloody murderers, they brought viruses over across the Atlantic and they spread viruses to decimate the indigenous people and the original black people, because very, very few black slaves were brought over from Africa to America. The black people, the Washita people, for example, down there in the Louisiana area, they were there since time immemorial. The Moroccan or Black African Americans, they are the originals, along with the other indigenous Indian bloodlines, okay? So these people have known all along.
So yes, some of these so-called natives were here, but not all of them. You need to be mindful to remember that. And you don't have to. I mean, the early Christians were called heligonitis or something like that, some madness. And like I stated, our people don't know no better because you keep listening to people who accept anything they're given. Even when it gets into Assyria, the Duke of Tears, here on this land, okay? The original Egypt was here in America, whether you like it or not. We don't really care.
Yo, you seen The Men Who Built America? If not, go watch that shit. It was originally...
You don't want to watch that, okay? I just wanted to let that be known because somebody asked me a question. Do you seen The Men Who Built America? I was like, if you don't get that slip, slap, dippity dap up out of here, I swear for goodness. And people, I know it's hard for y'all to accept that, but you know, you believe what you want. I hate to break this to you, but the flesh eaters will not ascend. That's why we're changing our diets. Well, I just been doing this to let y'all be comfortable. And a lot of people know that for 20 years I was a vegan. I was in the best shape, stronger than a mofo, faster than I can freaking even contemplate. And if I had trainers around me, I'd have been even faster than that. I used to take off with people hauling butt down the street in their cars and run to catch the rear end in a block. Now I'm talking about that whipping up, popping at 30 and 40 miles per hour, and here I come tapping the back of their car. If my grandmother was alive, she used to sit out on the front of Washington Street and watch me, and she was sitting there thinking I was going to run into the back of the car and kill myself. I started eating meat, a couple of deaths in the family, you know. Now it was slow, joints hurting, you know what I mean? Headaches. I'm a little different, where I can eat meat, but the benefits is a quicker death. I mean, I can cook it. I mean, I can make it taste like, you know, Wonder Wheel. You know what I mean? The reality is, we were never meat eaters, as my great-great-uncle said. They didn't eat meat they was over 6 foot tall, 114, 115 years old. Never ate meat. No, they did eat. Okay, someone say fish is meat. Flesh, the things that walk the ground, the earth that you walk on, the 12 salts we went over yesterday. Why do you think that goofy Bill Gates, who should be locked up and then summarily court-martialed, all right, is doing what he's doing? He's given permission to let his sociopath mentality run amok as they guide him, give him a platform to exist in his perversion, like Oprah and all the other bastardized individuals. You dig what I'm saying? Oh, Just wanted you to hear those few things so I can get into this. Let me tap on this, if y'all don't mind. I want to make sure I see everybody. Hey, Carrie, what's going on? And I'm unpenning your statement there, brother. Excellent, though. Yes, we ate a lot of seafood. I only ate very little, but we did eat more of that, though. You know what I mean? That chat was great. I'm going to use it when I say yes. Awesome. Awesome, beloved. Let me go ahead and read here, okay? That's my chaw. So I had the ladies out kind of quickly. Iodine and me, man, we be fighting each other because iodine, one drop in 10 to 12 ounces of water is a mofo. But it does help with your hormonal displacement, okay? And a few other things. So this is going to be out Power of Now, A Guide to Spiritual Enlightenment, with a new preface by the author, Eckhart Tolle, for those in case you want to purchase it, okay? So we read this before. I want to reiterate things because I find this paramount at this time. And man, they just went crazy. Anyway, I can see the supreme importance of the now, but I cannot quite go along with you when you say that time is a complete illusion. It is. I'm not here to make you believe in anything that further, acquaints you with the lack of knowledge or knowing. You must research and find this for yourself. Time only exists because you've been conditioned, programmed per se, to believe, that means lack of knowledge, accept what they've given you and accept the time derivatives. If that wasn't the case, then why would they have to change it? When I say time is an illusion, my intention is not to make a philosophical statement. I am just reminding you of a simple fact. A fact so obvious that you may find it hard to grasp. Does it mean that I accept this? No, I accept it on the merits of what I deeply understand based on my existence so far. A fact so obvious that you may find it hard to grasp and may even find it meaningless. But once fully realized, it can cut like a sword through all the mind-created layers of complexity and problems. Let me say it again. The present moment is all you ever have. There is never a time when your life is not this moment. Is that not a fact? Right now, do you exist? In this moment. Do you exist in this moment? Some of y'all will equate everything going around you and not pay attention. That is it not in this moment. Some of y'all say, but yesterday, so you're stating yesterday in this moment. You want to speed up ahead, go right ahead. And you'll talk about tomorrow, but you'll do it in this moment. Is it pursuant to the fact that in this moment, you might not stop or go in this moment? Existing ones in this moment. So again, what is time if not in this moment? Therefore, how does time exist? Because you can acclimate again to yesterday or yesteryear, but you're doing it in this moment. You have not even accomplished this moment to be speaking about what you went through yesterday and what you perceive tomorrow. You do it in this moment. The insanity of psychological time. You will not have any doubt that psychological time is a mental disease. If you look at its collective manifestations, they occur, for example, in the form of ideologies such as communism, National Socialism, or any nationalism. or rigid religious belief systems, which operate under the implicit assumption that the highest good lies in the future and that therefore the end justifies the means. Well, we already know that you will own nothing to be happy. For those who are not in the moment and no longer in the moment, non-existent, yet in somebody else's moment for the period of time to distract from their in that moment, to look at the past or to have an assumption about the future of a false narrative of seeking something, yet you will look for something to come and save you, but you won't do nothing in this moment. And you know what the end is, right? Okay. The end is an idea, isn't it, based upon it? And aren't they working on it? Your end, you're not illuminating anything because you're outside of your moment. You're existing, coexisting in a timeline they created, so that way you facilitate the facsimiles that you exist in their narrative and not in your moment. The end is an idea, a point in the mind projected future. When salvation in whatever form, happiness, fulfillment, equality, liberation, and so on, will be attained, not infrequently. The means of getting there are the enslavement, torture, and murder of people in the present, in the moment, and you doing nothing in the moment. For example, it is estimated that as many as 50 million people were murdered to further the cause of communism, to bring about a better world in Russia, China, and other countries. This is a chilling example how belief in a future heaven creates a present hell in your moment of existence. Circumstantial to what? You believing in time? That means the lack of knowing. So that way you circumvent the time they created despairingly, and you've equated yourself with. So again, please tell me about time. I bet you none of you could. Can there be any doubt that psychological time is a serious and dangerous mental illness? I would equate so. How does, look at the whole LBGT thing. Well, we're going to give you gene therapy. We're going to add some fat here. We're going to give you some silicone there. We're going to cut, and it's going to take a little while. But every time this is happening, it's in that moment. You're looking for something down the road to be coexisting in based on time. And in the moment, in that mental illness, you choose not to exist in that moment. Therefore, your presumptions are based on something projected. And some would equate that with, it's relevant because look what I turned out to be. Yeah. And yet in that moment, you are not who you were, yet you are who you was. Can there be any doubt that psychological time is a serious and dangerous mental illness? How does this mind pattern operate in your life? Are you always trying to get somewhere other than where you are? Is most of your doing just a means to an end? Is fulfillment always just around the corner or confined to short-lived pleasures such as sex, food, drink, drugs, or thrills and excitement? Are you always focused on becoming, achieving, and attaining, or alternatively, chasing some new thrill or pleasure? Do you believe that if you acquire more things, you will become more fulfilled, good enough, or psychologically, body dysmorphia and all that, sexual antics, psychologically complete? Are you waiting for a man or a woman to give meaning to your life? In the normal mind-identified or unenlightened state of consciousness, in the normal, that's not a slap in the face, mind-identified or unenlightened state of consciousness, the power and infinite creative potential that lie concealed in the now are completely obscured by psychological time. Your life then loses its vibrancy, its freshness, its sense of wonder, because you're outside of your existence. You're looking on different platters, planes, You're looking at things that have nothing to do with the moment. Your coexistence to something that is irrelevant to make you further irrelevant, instead of being relevant to being relevant in your time of existence, should mean a whole lot, right? The odd patterns of thought, emotion, behavior, reaction, and desire are acted out in endless repeat performances because you're not doing with your state of time, the moment you exist in. A script in your mind that gives you an identity of sorts, but distorts or covers up the reality of the now. The mind then creates an obsession with the future as an escape from the unsatisfactory present because you don't know how to deal with the present. So your mind is occupied. The Jetsons, nuclear age, and what did they use that for? It was no more of a trick. To deny you self-responsibilities, you acclimate and get yourself centered. So that way you can see everything coming and going without the prescription of time, the illusion of time. They care nothing about time because they control yours. You can't wait till tomorrow. You got to go and slave. The time you got to get off. The time you got to go meet. The holiday times. The fake religious times. And everything else that is fraudulent. You are not existing in the now because you are pursuing to everything that exists prior, previously, and post. And you haven't even gotten there because you haven't even started dealing with the time of now, where you stand in this existence right now. You have not taken every vernacular, every task, every ability to enlighten yourself and heighten the moment of your existence in this time right now. I'm waiting on the fact checkers. Negativity and suffering have their roots in time. But the belief that the future will be better than the present is not always an illusion. The present can be dreadful, and things can be better in the future. And often they do. And why is that? Because in the moment, you are making changes. So therefore, that next moment that you think is about time, when you'll be steadfast in that moment, and every next moment, you will make change to manifest something different. And it will always be something outside of you that'll be exemplary to your fictional happiness and joy and pleasantries. But I made some babies. Oh, I took everybody to the movies. Oh, I fed the poor, and I gave money to the broke. In that moment. But it was yesterday. And you're going to do it tomorrow in that moment, like you did it yesterday in that moment, because you're thinking about it in this moment. So what's an illusion? And so you'll acclimate to time to benefit you because you're stuck there in time, but not in your moment. Let me finish reading. Oh, it's not finished because there's a lot more in here. The Science of the Sacred Secretion. Let's go on back a little bit. Okay. And then, hey, baby girl, start up. What's on, mama? John Nicholson. Yes, it is very good for mental. Yes, it is, John. Big Pontiac. Greetings. What's going on, beloved? Vasopressin. Vasopressin is essential for water retention, making the body more water-based. This is especially important as we train our bodies to vibrate higher due to the fact that the water is needed to act as a conduit. Translating that frequency into the cells, higher water levels within the body are also associated with higher levels of consciousness and brain waves. As we ascend spiritually, the physical body will require more water to hold more light frequencies. Thus, effective vasopressin is paramount. So, vasopressin. It can treat diabetes insipidus It is also used after stomach surgery or before stomach x-rays. In addition, it can also increase blood pressure in patients with vasodilatory shock. Medical terminology, I should have knew it right offhand. So there are different brands, right? Petrocin, Vasotric, and Petrocin Synthetic. Alcohol, avoid. Very serious interactions can occur. Side effects. Vasopressin can cause temporary side effects such as nausea, stomach pain, or blanching of your skin. Bleaching is blanching. That's like pale spots and stuff like that when you press your skin. You know what I mean? The function of it. Vasopressin is known to regulate blood pressure, blood osmolality, and blood volume. Right? Retention. Function, as far as the main function of vasopressin, regulates the tonicity of body fluids. Don't go buying a whole bunch of crap you know nothing about. Find out the dietary form. The body produces vasopressin naturally in the hypothalamus and pituitary gland. And I know some of y'all are probably wondering, wait a minute. Hypothalamus, neurons in the I can't get these words no more. And the supraoptic nuclei and paraventricular nuclei produce vasopressin. Now the pituitary gland releases vasopressin into the bloodstream. Now, vasopressin, also known as antidiuretic hormone, ADH, helps regulate water balance in the body. It includes water reabsorption from urine, and it increases blood pressure. Factors that can trigger the release of vasopressin include pain, stress, certain drugs such as opiates, and dietary sodium intake. You can maintain a healthy diet and drink plenty of water to help maintain your ADH levels if your ADH levels are low. You can take a synthetic form of the hormone in pill form, to which I will express not to. But olive leaf extract, OLE, impaired vasopressin induce aquaporin 2 trafficking through the activation of the calcium sensing receptors. So, which supplements or tip can boost the production of vasopressin? Let's have a look at what they have to say in quarter. And this is where you get a whole lot of mumble jumble. Well, vasopressin is a hormone that regulates the body's water balance and blood pressure. It is produced and stored in the hypothalamus and released by the pituitary gland. And there are several factors that can affect the production and release of vasopressin, including hydration status, stress, and certain medication, to which is one of the causes why a lot of us don't function normally. Now, let's pull this up. I know y'all like, what the just hold on. Jesus, Christmas. I'm gonna get that salt shaker. But y'all don't come over here messing with me if y'all had that run around. There are a few natural alternatives to vasopressin, including lipressin, a natural peptide analog of vasopressin that is used to treat diabetes and insipidus and improve blood pressure. So that means you'll be better off, right, using, I'm not saying this is a fact, you research it, utilizing 3 to 4 okras you grow yourself, because you know that is one of the vegetables that hold some of the most toxins, okay? You take 3 to 4 of those, carve both ends, and put them in water, about 8 to 10 ounces, and let it sit there for about 15 to 20 minutes, and it gels. Drink that. Diet. Eating a rich diet in water-heavy fruits and vegetables. No meat, such as cucumbers, zucchini, dark leafy greens, red cabbage, red peppers, blueberries, watermelon, kiwi, citrus, ladies, UTI infections, kiwi, citrus fruit, pineapple, and strawberries can help with diabetes insipidus. Coconut water can help balance electrolytes, which is part of that because of potassium and the chloride, which is natural. And then alcohol inhibits. So please stop drinking. Ergo, the reason why I quit. Vasopressin is a neurohormone that regulates plasma osmolality and maintains fluid osmostasis, and is mainly known for its vasoconstricting abilities. If you have arginine vasopressin deficiency, AVPD, all right, you may be able to ease your symptoms by drinking more water. Do you know what kind of water they're talking about? Not H2O, people. If you have more severe AVPD, a doctor may prescribe desmopressin, a synthetic version of vasopressin, to take as a pill, nasal spray, injection, or strip. You don't want that because then your body starts to acclimate to that and then unnaturally cannot. Okay? Okay? This is especially important as we train our bodies to vibrate higher due to the fact that the water is needed to act as a conduit, translating that frequency into the cells. Higher water levels within the body are also associated with higher levels of consciousness and brain waves. As we ascend spiritually, the physical body will require more water to hold more light frequencies. Thus, effective vasopressin is paramount. Around the pineal is a reservoir of flowing water. Cerebrospinal fluid is a clear, salty protein-rich, oily liquid that carries nutrients, right, to and waste products from deep brain tissue, which will be detailed later. This water contains crystals that are each approximately 1 to 20 microns in length. These crystals are made of calcium, carbon, and oxygen, which express an electrical effect that generates and alters our electromagnetic field. Now, when these crystals compress, they release photons of light and can produce all of the colored light in the rainbow. It is this phenomenon, now you might start understanding the imbalance of the window stains in those fake churches. Secretion to various religious texts, such as Joseph's Technicolor Dreamcoat. The pineal is also a transducer, as it is able to receive energetic signals and convert them into another form. And y'all should have said red, sit straight up. Anyway, the gland is able to do this by tuning into invisible frequencies, while we're in the noun, received from the magnetic element magnetite that is concentrated there, and turning them into images that our conscious brain can analyze. Unfortunately, many modern dietary habits prevent the pineal from reaching its full potential. One of the biggest inhibitors of pineal functioning is neurotoxins. The large, hello, you bastards flying and dropping on this aerosol, injecting and everything and seeding. Anyway, the largest contributing of which is fluoride. Do we not go over that yesterday? Okay. Oh, in the present. So you remember, good, in the presence. Fluoride is added to our water and GMO food supply by the government bodies in control in order to support healthy teeth. Note, it was first put into the water supply of concentration camps by the Nazis, which I will leave you to make your own conclusions about. Unfortunately, fluoride calcifies the pineal gland, covering it with phosphate crystals, a sand-like substance. You might want to take the inside of your brain and scrape the wall. In addition, because that's what you're doing most of the time. In addition, the crystals within the pineal's flowing water get bound up by the harmful minerals, such as fluoride and chlorine. Wow, did I miss something there? Which causes blockages. Obviously, you can't put a stent in your head. The less water getting it to the pineal, the less access you have to your astral body, as there will be less metabolites being produced. For this reason, calcification of the pineal is also linked with the mental health issues such as schizophrenia. Furthermore, as the pineal hardens from the calcification, less melatonin is produced, resulting in poor sleep patterns and depression. It's not my case. I just have to make myself sleep because a lot of times I don't want to dream. In fact, pineal calcification occurs in an estimated 40%, because I see your destruction in theirs, of Americans by the age of 17. This clearly demonstrates a connection between the daily consumption of modified food and toxic water and increased mental health. I'm talking about theirs too, not just the Zionists and the little puppets. I'm talking about the monkeys who are behind all this. Health issues in children and adults alike. Interestingly, the pineal is also largely associated with our gender identity and the onset of puberty, which can also be linked to adolescent well-being. But hope is not lost. The human body is constantly regenerating, self-healing, and adapting. Through a developed awareness and conscious action, decalcifying and activating the pineal gland is actually very simple. Ways to decalcify and awaken your pineal gland include, and we'll get into that in the next reading. Again, to be in that moment, this moment, right? Let me see. Me too. Hey, Zuri. I've been whirlwind busy, missing the lives. And you're here now. That's all right. How you doing, beloved? Salutations, bro. Salutations. I blame African boy Barry, but don't even blame nobody. Don't blame nobody. No need. That's outside of ourselves, right? It's contingent to what? Removing you from your own, how do you say it? Circumstances. So you deviate. So that's for everybody. He's just great thing that he stated it. Don't blame nobody. Blame yourself for even thinking about their fictional existence. Okay? It's magnified. All right? They said have fish. Yeah, that was probably roughly around the 1800s. Trust me. Remember, we owned up until 1940. I forget the year. Over 40-something million acres. We were the original tillers of the soil. And during the starving times, have any of y'all looked into the starving times? How we saved those who were the first people being segregated in so-called Europe, Germany, and almost big other places? Yes, we used to help our brothers out around the world. We used to bring them on some of the largest ships, suited up, pumpkins, squashes, watermelons, okra, everything you could think of, maize, when it was a little short and stubby little thing. You know what I mean? So yeah, our corn used to be this little fat little contingency, not this long thing you see in the stores now. And they were colorful, like more so as if like the so-called rainbow. Okay? And I hope some of you are still able to look up and find the Hatak people to further your knowledge of knowing. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, y'all know my Cashapp, right? Some of y'all been slacking. I know y'all got paid and y'all can't even give up $1 or stuff. I showed you one book. Hopefully tomorrow the other 2 books will be there that I ordered before this one. Ain't that kind of wild? That's kind of weird. The Papa Vu. I got that. And I ordered that one, the last one. That's weird. They can't be opening the package to go look at what book it is, because there's nobody at the book company going, slip read the message. If there was a message meant for me to receive, they wouldn't know where it's coming from. Hell, it might even be in. Anyway, there's no need for them to send me a message. So, I have pictures of it on my community tab, the Indian corn. Did we send potatoes? We sent yams. Potatoes were not our thing. Potatoes was not our thing. Yams. Sweet potato didn't even exist. You got to remember, yam and a potato make a sweet potato. That's another GMO facsimile, right? Just like when people talk about broccoli, I said, well, broccoli rabi, like the rabbi, it's the original broccoli, which is a small plant. And you know they had to make a bigger one. Y'all remember the period in the 80s when they was like, we got to make bigger. When nobody was starving, they were starving based on wars and the fact that the governments were reciprocating this. All right? You need to know these things. And yet everybody's still arguing about, I'm going to vote for this one. I'm going to vote for that one. And what do they keep giving y'all? What are the promises they keep giving you? But what are the agencies, those who are cooperators, the familiars, or whatever you want to call them? They will continue to do what they're doing. Just like somebody said, why did you put those big trains up there? Those are trains that we had built. Because if they weren't, there was no trains derailing and running off tracks. It didn't happen when we were the conductors of the things that we built on this land. No, they had to hijack it and make these old raggedy ass trains, these old worthless things. And they say, Japan, y'all go ahead and y'all further the greatest inventions of all these things. And some would say, well, they just took our old world technology and made it better. They weaponized it. Is that making it better? For those who are caught up in the capitulation of giving yourself the time? Now, I know egoically people are going to be bothered what I'm stating here and what I'm saying. Then you're not really living your time. You're not in the moment. You're existing out of that, not in peripheral. Stop being your own worst perversion, an enemy, okay? You know, if people say, you made me do it. No, you did it because you wanted to do it. It's your time, okay? It's your choice. It's always an experiment. For whatever lackluster that is. It's always an experiment, sadly, because you allow the experiment. You dig? More ignorance is what they promise to give you. That's about it. Don't worry about that either. It takes you out of your existence in the moment, in the now. I don't care about them. So what? Aren't there people all over Earth? I guess they need everybody in dignity, in their indignities fighting. I guess it works. You know what I mean? Just think about it. Just think about it. You know? Yes, yams all over. And they still eat them everywhere. All hybridized, all changed. Maliciously. Slow, deliberating that goes on with the conspirators. Then now you conspire yourselves unknowingly, but willingly. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, I appreciate you guys. Come back, we're gonna have some more great reading. I just want to show you a few books. You've all seen plenty. I've got many more. I've got Asian slave trade, But a lot of these things I want to read. Next weekend, we'll be building, digging, whatever you want to call it. And then we can get with Olmec and get some painting done, get a little more, some more coin, and hopefully be able to purchase a lot of stuff we need, even if stuff, you know, goes downhill, whatever. If not, I got a good idea where we're going. Cut down some trees to build. You know what I'm saying? Terraforming at its finest. But it's been going on for a long time. Remember, y'all the last hope. Just because I say I know how it ends doesn't mean that you're not supposed to take care and do some things. Look at them, oh, they going crazy, cuz. Yeah, oh, they going crazy today, y'all. Oh, because you got all these people praying to that false god, and they doing this, and it's giving them energy, and they don't get it. They really, the displacement, the aficionado of displacement, territory displacement. And the now, is that your territory for those who believe in territory as an ownership? I guess a lot of people don't own their territory. They have no ownership over their existence in that moment of now. Wow, the calcification is damn near complete, isn't it? Anyway, I'm gonna come back on here in a handful of hours. I appreciate y'all taking the time to listen to old fogey like me, old wild angel like myself. And yeah, we got some more good reading to do. All right? But don't be scared. I mean, if $1 gonna hurt you, don't donate. I don't want nobody who feels they're broke. Trust me, seriously. Y'all been helping me get books, and it's been magnificent. Okay? And we can continue that. Or you can donate for some screws and bolts and nuts and washers. And I don't know. 6x6s cost like $46 up to 6 foot. I'll take care of that part. Y'all don't have to worry about that. But if you want to donate like Sister Sauter did, the only one, you can donate for some nails for the nail gun. We got to run that. You know what I'm saying? We got 10,000 of those nails right there, one box. We got to run that, and we need to go in here. I got to go through them. So we got to go through all our tools and see if we got both screws so we can put that thing in there today. All right? But anyway, y'all can donate to help. I mean, it ain't St. Jude's where they lying. It ain't Sloan Kettering, all the places I used to visit with my service dog, to cheer the children up and the veterans. You know, when I used to visit some of the, you know, places and walk outside where friends of mine were locked up and walk Charisma by to give them comfort and peace. All right? Don't worry, I'm not asking y'all to donate. There's no drunks around here in the park. When I used to ask people to help donate so I can buy lunch bags and sandwich bread and meat, and they knew when they saw the videos of me going out, taking care, because I didn't want no videos, I didn't want a recording, but there were people around recording me and putting it up, feeding the brothers and sisters and Navajos and everybody else. You know, no, this is so we can build, so we can get somewhere. And I know a lot of people feel like, if I ain't there, I want to partake in it. Your assistance will be beneficial. It will be shared with everybody, for those who have an ego. All right? We don't have to be stoic in our ignorance. In the time of now means to free yourself and allow yourself to exist. Look into those chants. For those, pay attention to the chakras and find that balance. Like I told you about how I meditate and I focus on each limb and my blood flow. It doesn't mean it's going to stop the inevitable. But you can change the inevitable. Doesn't mean it's going to stop it if you're not working on it. Yet you can change it in this moment. All right? Yes, and they even made the corn worse now. You know, they did something with it. It's supposed to break down, they say. I heard about it. It's supposed to put some kind of something in it where it's supposed to break down and not be harmful to you, yet all in the lab animals and everything else, it's killing them. Look, man, they told you what they're doing. I don't want to get into the politics of it. We could be doing our own. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate y'all so much, I do. Yes, I do. It's nothing but respect, all right? We are eternally bonded, and that is not a game, all right? So I appreciate y'all. Hit the likes, man, all right? You don't have to super chat. You donate. I'll take that. You always see the reality of it, okay? I mean, I'm sitting around here. I got all these things, man. Y'all have helped purchase over the last so-called year. I got tote in there and over there full. So, you know, plenty. Let's keep it going, because we're going to build a library. Okay. And we're not going to build that underground. If they want to blow it up and destroy it, more power to them. Appreciate y'all. Sisters, brothers, always remember to face the north, which is the center. All right? They're there waiting to help or assist. Well, these things right here are doing their best to destroy them. They'll never accomplish it. Appreciate you guys. See y'all here in a few hours.